Hello everyone, I am Shikhar Verma, and in this video we will learn how to set up a Minikube Kubernetes cluster on AWS step by step. Let's take a quick overview of what all we will be covering in this session. Understand why Minikube is a powerful tool for learning and testing Kubernetes locally. Learn how to launch an Ubuntu-based VM on AWS as a base environment. Perform a complete installation of Docker, Minikube and Kubectl. Deploy a local Kubernetes cluster using Minikube. And finally, I am going to create a simple NGINX pod. Why Minikube is the best choice for practicing Kubernetes on your local machine. Minikube is a powerful tool for beginners learning Kubernetes. It creates a single node Kubernetes cluster on your local or virtual machine. It allows you to experiment, build and test without a cloud environment. Known for its simplicity, easy setup and deployment with a few commands. Ideal for developers and students to practice real-world scenarios, explore YAML configurations, troubleshoot deployment issues. It is very lightweight and fast, perfect for learning and development. So without wasting time, let me take you to my AWS Management Console, where I will launch a VM running Ubuntu and proceed with the step-by-step installation of a Minikube cluster. So I am on the AWS Management Console. Click on Sign in to the console. And then you have to look for EC2 service. And then click on Launch Instance. So first enter a name for your instance, such as Minikube cluster. You can choose any name you like. Under Application and OS Images, select Ubuntu and go with the latest version. And for the instance type, make sure to choose T2.medium or higher. Create a new key pair for secure SSH access. Just scroll down and under this configure storage, take 20 GB. And finally click on Launch Instance. The instance will take just a few minutes to become fully accessible. I will use the Kubectl software to connect to this VM. So just copy the public IP and go to the Kubectl, click on Session, SSH. Here you have to paste the public IP and the default user is Ubuntu. And here you have to provide the private key, and it is the key that we have created while the installation of the VM. Accept. Let me rename the tab. Also increase the font size. Now you can see that I am able to access the VM. So first we have to update the system and install required packages. Here we have the commands for that. System has been updated successfully. Now next is we need to set up the Docker repository. And here we have the list of commands. So basically this is going to set up the Docker's repository on this system by creating a secure key rings directory, downloading and configuring Docker's GPG key and setting appropriate permissions, and also adding the official Docker repository. Now the next is install Docker. Here we have the commands for that. So basically this command updates the package index and installs Docker engine and Docker CLI and the container runtime and additional plugins for building and composing Docker containers. Now the next is we need to allow non-root Docker uses. So this command adds current user to the Docker group so that the current user, which is Ubuntu, can run Docker command without using sudo. After that, we have to apply the group changes without requiring a logout or login. Now the next is installation of Minikube. So this sequence of commands install Minikube by first ensuring required tools like curl, wget, and then downloading the latest Minikube binary and placing it to the system path, followed by verifying the installation using the Minikube version. So Minikube has been successfully installed. Next is the installation of Kubectl, which is a Kubernetes CLI tool. And this is the command for that. And finally, I am going to start the Minikube cluster. So this will take hardly 2 to 3 minutes to start your Minikube cluster. Now Minikube cluster has been started successfully. Let me cross check Minikube status. Now I'm going to create a simple NGINX pod web server and we'll test it using the curl command. Kubectl run and the name of the pod which you want to give. Also you need to specify the container image to use. So I'm using NGINX latest and port I want it should be 80. So this tells Kubernetes that the container will listen on port 80. So pod is created running NGINX inside a container. Kubectl get pods. Now I want to access the NGINX web server. So you have to forward a local port on your machine to a port on the pod. So the command is kubectl port -forward pod and the name of the pod, that is NGINX-pod, and then you have to use 8080:80. So basically it maps local port 8080 to pod port 80. Now let me take one more session. Now let me access the NGINX web server which is running inside the container using the curl command http://localhost and then you have to give 8080. So basically this command sends an HTTP GET request to the local port, that is 8080, which is forwarded to the pod's port which is 80. And you should get the default NGINX HTML welcome page content written in your terminal. Now let's have the summary. So we learned why Minikube is great for local Kubernetes testing. We understood how to launch an Ubuntu VM on AWS as your base environment, install Docker, Kubectl and Minikube, deployed a Kubernetes cluster using Minikube, created an NGINX pod and also tested. Thank you.